Rancho del Lago 2021, and I'm CheryLynn. Hi, I wonder if you missed me. I haven't had the energy or much time to do videos in the past 2 weeks, so trying to catch up. Don't have a house to show you today, so I'm just going to kind of revert back to what we're doing here at the homestead. I've really been focusing on doing the things that I need to do to become self-sustaining. The condition of the world now is really precarious. You're walking a fine line all the time. I've been watching all of the manipulation of the stock market and the craziness that's going on, and hearing so many friends crying literally and sincerely and deeply that they're bleeding money because of nobody caring about Americans, nobody caring about the population, the larger portion of the population that does not like what's going on. I'm not preaching and promoting selling your house and moving here now, although if you still can, that would be a grand idea. But from what I understand and the people that I speak with, real estate is grinding down to a halt, and prices are not dropping yet. Things aren't moving, but people aren't willing to let go of their pie in the sky dreams that they're still going to get, $1 million for a house that's worth 200,000. And it is what it is. People are going to have to live with it, deal with it, whatever. But me, I'm living with and dealing with homesteading, so that hopefully, if and when the day comes that the defecation hits the rotary oscillator, then I will at least be prepared to take care of myself, my family, anybody who is down and out that I can help, that kind of thing. So here we are in the homestead, and first thing I'm going to do is switch this to the other direction and show you how our baby ducks are doing. The little black and yellow one was a rescue. Some friends found it on the side of the road, brought it to us, of course, because we take in all of the misfits. Well, little duckies do not do well on their own, so we went to the open market in Chapala on Monday, and there is a gentleman there, a vendor, who sells little ducklings and chicks and all kinds of birds and various things. So we bought 2 more little duckies to keep this one company, and we're now raising these 3 together in nothing more than this blue bin. Oops. For starts. Till they get a little bit bigger, and then they move to a much larger bin, again with the mesh across the top, because otherwise they will practice flying even though their little wings don't have feathers yet, and sometimes they can jump high enough to get out. So that's the nursery for the ducks right now. We still have a whole big yard full of ducks and geese and chickens out back. And let's take a quick look out here in the extremely bright sunshine and see how the goats are doing. Well, they're eating their dinner. We have 6 of them in this pen. The one right there walking, the white one, she is pregnant, and she will be due anytime. Now, she looks a little bigger than she actually is because she's been eating like a pig all day long. I had helpers here this morning, and we got quite a lot done in the garden section. One of the things was to chop down one of the banana plants, one of the bigger ones. I'm trying to give room for the littler ones to grow, because come rainy season, like mid-June, those things are going to take off like crazy. And the great big ones, they just need to be chopped down. And when you chop them down, guess who loves to eat them? The goats. So we give each of them, in the 2 different yards, we give them both the stalks, which they keep peeling off of until it's down to nothing. And then, of course, they chomp on the fronds. They absolutely love all the sweet juices in the fronds. And here's our baby pen. You see the babies. Active and happy. Yes, doing what babies do. I moved that tire so that it's right under some of those branches. This is a mesquite tree, and it's got thorns in it, but the goats don't care. They love to reach up there and eat the leaves off the tree. And it's just getting to the time of year where the mesquite pods grow. And as they grow, we pull them off and feed them to the goats. A lot of Mexicans will come by, and the part of the tree that hangs over the road, they grab all of the pods off. We don't care. And they take them home and cook them. It's amazing how many things can be eaten that one would not normally just think of. So the goats are doing fine. 4 babies, and they're just about, I believe, 5 or 6 weeks old now. When they are 8 weeks old, the 2 mamas get to go out in the other pen with the big goats, and the babies will stay in here for a while. 1, so that they will get weaned from the mamas, and 2, so that the big goats can't rough around and hurt them. So that's what's going on with the goats. Now let's go take a look at some of the things we did today. That little tree in the middle. I wasn't sure what it was when I bought it. The nursery said it was an orange lime, and I thought, okay, that's interesting. Well, it turns out I think it's like a sour orange. It only grew 2 fruits this last season, and I wasn't pleased with it. So we dug it up from the backyard, the garden area, and brought it out here to the driveway where I have other citrus trees. The far one over there is a navel orange. Then that one is a lime. Then that one is the whatever it's going to turn out to be. Orange, lime, sour orange, whatever. And this one, which is leafing out beautifully now, it was naked for a while, is a Myers lemon. So I have 4 citrus along the driveway here. And we will go to the garden. That's the sound of my turkey. Tootsie Turkey. Tootsie for my aunt. Bless her heart. No particular reason. I just thought Tootsie went with turkey. Our rabbit hutches, where we have the cutest, fuzziest little bunnies. We have a couple of mamas that are lion head cross. So we get real fuzzy little bunnies here. Hello, little fuzz. Hi. And we will sell some as pets, with the promise that if whoever buys it as a pet does not want to keep it, they bring it back here. We don't want any rabbits going neglected or set free in neighborhoods. Okay, some of the things that we did today. My helpers have been so great. I just can't do what I used to do when I was young. All of this area in here I had planted last season in beautiful ornamentals, and I lost probably 80% of them to weeds, overwater in the rainy time, and then drought without being watered enough. Anyway, they've cleaned a whole lot of the weeds out for me here. And today we built this little bed that is only about 2 by 4. It stays in mottled shade the majority of the day. So this is going to be where I'm going to grow the things that like shade or partially shaded, like, lettuces and cilantro. Cilantro here just wilts in the sun. Basil, several herbs like shade or part shade. So that's going to be a little bed for that. I still have a grouping over here where I have my 2 fig trees with extremely overgrown pots. Grass. This grass, the bane to my existence. This grass is a wild field grass. Great for where horses and cows graze. Not great for where I want to build a garden because it literally grows up through almost anything. So anyway, my figs are doing pretty good. I'm not that, I'm just not that good of a gardener, grower. I don't have green thumbs. Anyway, nice plumeria working her way into maturity here. I have a couple of lavenders down here, and I've just recently planted several seeds. I keep expecting to see little green things popping up, but it's like 7 to 14 to 20 days before some of these are supposed to germinate, so I have to be patient. So I have various and sundry pots trying to grow things over here, trying to get some seeds to sprout. Some plants that I inherited from a friend who passed, and they are about ready to pass as well. So I will take them out, the old plants, and put more seeds into the buckets. So right now I've just got a whole lot of buckets started. Now one of my other problems is that Tootsie the turkey gets to come out and walk around. And right now, until I have my whole plan finished, Tootsie the turkey eats a whole lot of my plants. That right there was a very nice sized tomato, and now it's a very nice sized 2 stems because Tootsie really loved those leaves. Okay, rosemary growing over here. A big moringa tree, and my moringa has flowers, and it is growing these pods, which I will have to research and find out exactly what do I do with the pods. I know the leaves are very medicinal. You can eat them right here off the tree, throw them in a salad, whatever. It's a superfood. That right there is a little bay tree. Used to be bigger. It went through some problems, but it's coming back again. And I'm so happy. Between today and last week, my helpers changed this from just a little skinny row of hibiscus that weren't doing well because they got inundated with weeds last season. So we moved the hibiscus out to another spot, and we've been enriching the soil that we put in here. I'm just about 3 inches of soil away from planting this with things that absolutely love the sun. And I mean to tell you, it's got to love the sun because the direct sun here is pretty freaking intense. We're 5,000 feet up, and we're not all that far away from the equator. So this will, the next time you see it, hopefully be planted out and have green things growing. Another thing that we did today, because I have been buying things at the nursery. Oh Lord, don't let me loose in the nursery. This right here is a pink grapefruit tree. I'm growing in pots now instead of putting them in the ground. One of the reasons is because we have a real war going on with cutter ants, leaf cutter ants. and they can strip a tree this size, they can strip it in half an hour. A big fully grown tree, if they wanted it bad enough, they could strip it in a day or two, one night or 2 nights. Okay, so I've got now a pink grapefruit tree here. And this one, which was just potted today also, is, okay, what is this one? Oh, Valencia orange. My pretty trees. This big one here just got potted today, but it's been here in the yard for a little while. This is a mandarina. Mandarin, which is a tangerine. This one next to it, one of my favorite fruits. Let me stumble here and not fall in a hole. And this just got potted today also. I've had these sitting in the nursery wrappings for the last couple of weeks out here to get acclimated. And I figured today they were used to the spot enough that we could put them in big pots. And this is a mango. Again, one of my favorite fruits. I never liked them. I'm from Florida, 63 years in Florida. And the mangoes there were, I don't know, I always called them peach wannabes. I didn't really care for them. But I got here and somebody convinced me to try a mango, and I did. And oh my God, I fell in love. So I really, really, really want my mango tree to do well. And when I was over there at the nursery this week, looking for the pink grapefruit, yes, the makings of more vegetable beds, I ran across this tree right here. And it's got all these little fruits on it. See that? And I asked the lady at the nursery, what is that? And she told me the Spanish name, which I can't remember now. It starts with a D and it has a Z in it, but that's all I can remember. It is a peach tree. I had no idea peaches would even grow here, because all the peaches I was ever familiar with in my life were plants that needed a great deal of cold in the winter to be able to set their fruits in the spring. Well, apparently, I never kept up with the peach industry. Many have been bred so that they can deal with less and less or fewer and fewer cold hours during the winter. And now these that are growing well in Mexico only need maybe 200 hours of the 45-degree temperature during the course of a year. Well, we can do that in January, February, March, this part of December. We've got those at night, and maybe not quite down to 45 all those times, but at least between 45 and 50. So they're going to get a good chill factor. And I then went into some of my Facebook groups for gardening and asked if anybody had a peach tree. And a couple people said, yeah, they had them and they grow to a nice size and they're very sweet. So I thought that was very positive feedback. Okay, so now I'm doing a peach tree too. Now here's some trees that have been here for a little while, and they've gone through their shock, and they've gone through cutter ant issues, and they've gone through a little bit of weed and drought, and they've been through it all. Anyway, this, which is leafing out beautifully on the top, is a Royal Poinciana. And I can't wait till she really starts putting out her branches and the leaves, and then we get the beautiful red flowers. When this matures and gets real tall, she is going to be a beautiful addition back here. This little one here, which you can see from the bottom up, she's got some beautiful leaves down there on a new branch that just sprouted. So everything on the top here has just gone through its shock factor. It looks dead and naked, but I promise you there are little buds in there that are ready to break through and show us some leaves, like right there. So I have hopes for them. My beautiful little cactus section here, which will move eventually. I just don't know where. And this here is a tamarind. My tamarind is also one of those trees that has gone through, it looks dead, it's not. It's gone through all kinds of attacks by the ants. You can see, can you see? I'm not sure if you can. There's, no, too much in the way for it to focus properly. There's little tiny buds popping out on what looks like these dead branches. And when it gets going really well, and it's watered well in our rainy season, which starts about mid-June and goes through generally at least the end of October, sometimes all of November, and sometimes even into December. But it will be fully leafed out, and then when it's time, it will start to grow tamarind pods. And tamarind is, oh, it's a wonderful spice. Yeah, it's not an herb, it's a spice for cooking, for making beverages. And I can't wait until it looks like something more than a bunch of dead twigs. But it's coming. Okay, then we have a stand of bananas over here. And this time of year is our driest time of year. I try to water them in 2 to 3 times a week. But they really need a lot of water. And so I'm just trying to get them to hang in there long enough for it to start raining, and then they will do their thing. So this is where we chopped down a banana today to feed the goats, as I told you a little bit ago. Well, that pretty much is what we got done today, which I think is a lot. My back is killing me, but I just absolutely cannot wait until all of this starts growing, maturing, and producing fruit, and I still have space for more. So this is going to be the garden and orchard section of the yard, of the property. The other side of the fence over there, that's where the dogs run. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do there. And I've got some potential plans for the patio that we never use. And then beyond that, there's a chain link fence, and that's where the ducks, geese, and chickens are. So, this is the homestead. Some roses I was trying to save. And the stalks are doing well. It'll be a little while before they produce new leaves again. And back standing in the shade, and it feels so good. So what is my goal? My goal is to continue to do well with our animals. We sell a lot of rabbit. At any given moment, we can start selling chickens, ducks, and soon geese and turkeys, as soon as we have boys to be able to incubate the eggs. I am incubating 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chicken eggs right now to add, because I've only got about 8 hens and a rooster left. And so we'll see how many of those are viable and how many chicks we can add to the group. But we have plenty of meat sources, because many of these are bred to go to freezer camp. And if the situation gets really bad, whoops, sorry about that. If the situation gets really bad, as far as food availability, my goal is to have enough to supply ourselves. Now, we have an awful lot of small mom and pop stores here. We have a great big, huge farmer's market in Guadalajara called the Abastos. And then we have 2 great big, they call them tianguis, Tianguis, which are big open markets. One here in Chapala, and one all the way to the west side of the lake in Jocotepec. And there's always fresh produce there that's available. Berries are grown all around the lake, so there are berries, there's corn, there's every kind of vegetable you can imagine, and then some, because a lot of them are Mexican vegetables that I had never heard of before I got here. So as far as growing things, I keep struggling with making things happen. But if I don't get it right for a while, at least I know there's an abundance of where to get produce here. And that concludes what's going on right now with the homestead. So I hope you'll keep coming back and joining me. We have baby bunnies in there too, but I won't show them to you right now. And I'll show you all the things. Can you see? There's Tootsie eating my plants again. There she is. Go for it, Tootsie. She's eating the pepper leaves. That's good for her. So that's the extent of today's visit. I didn't want to get too political today. I can do that another time. It's been a while since we've done a little tour of what's going on and how we're improving. So I wanted to get you caught up. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do happen to come to Lake Chapala to visit, please, send me a message. We invite people out here all the time to see what we're doing, especially when we have baby animals. The day before Easter, I have 2 groups of girls from the homeless shelter, girls who had been abandoned or abused, coming out so that they can see the baby goats and hold the bunnies and all that good kind of stuff, see the things that we're doing. And we love to have guests come out and be able to show you around. So, there's my beautiful mountains. And being from Florida, a flatlander, I never get tired of looking. Y'all have a great day and come back soon. Bye now.